I believe Senator Warner is virtually. Senator, are you there?
Yes, Senator Cortez Master, thank you so much. And Commissioner Rettig, it's good to see you again, at least remotely. And let me start the way so many of my other colleagues did by thanking you and all of the IRS employees for their really diligent and hard work during COVID. And it's got to have been, I know, just brutal. And my friend Senator Langford was talking about what it's done to some of the workforce. But let me also move, as many of my other colleagues have, from the thanks to the enormous burden that so many Virginians are feeling by not getting their 2020 taxes processed. And that's obviously hurt in terms of child tax care payments that get out, other getting their returns on a timely basis. And we really do need to put as much attention and focus as possible. I want to, my first question at least, start on something that I don't think has been raised yet, and that is the EIDL loan process. EIDL is, I'm sure you know, Commissioner, is an SBA program that was utilized a great deal during the pandemic in conjunction with programs like PPP and others. Part of the EIDL process is a company who's going for an EIDL loan from the SBA has to, in effect, give permission to the IRS for the IRS to release their transcript or their tax returns to the SBA so the SBA can process the application. Unfortunately, the SBA has been receiving either no returns or, in many cases, partial returns. Our office has contacted the IRS. Our office has contacted the taxpayer advocate. And the taxpayer advocate says oftentimes the applicant's tax returns can't even be found in the IRS system. If this is the case, we've got businesses who are, in all likelihood, eligible for these critical EIDL SBA loans who aren't getting them because this snag at the IRS. Are you aware of this problem? Is there anything that can be done? And can we have some kind of flagging system within the IRS process to make sure that there's at least some review done, or if a partial transcript is sent over to the SBA, there's some ability to kind of work that out?
If you've got current situations on this, we should talk offline, because we created a workaround for this with the SBA and with taxpayers where they verify a current filing and then we verify with the SBA. So if you've got people who are hung up in that, my suggestion...
We have a number of people, and we have been in regular touch, with the IRS. We've been obviously in regular touch with the taxpayer advocate, but I will definitely take you up on that. There's an awful lot of Virginia companies who are kind of lost in the ether at this point, and if there's a workaround that's actually working, I would love to engage with you on that. So I appreciate that, Commissioner. Sure. In the last couple of minutes, I want to raise the issue of cyber attacks. I know you indicated, I think at your Ways and Means hearing, that IRS is the victim of at least over $1.5 billion cyber attacks a year, and obviously most of those don't get through, so I commend you on that. But as chair of the Intel Committee, I can tell you, and with the war in Ukraine, my expectation is quite high that we will see increased number of cyber attacks, and I still don't believe we've seen Russia's full-on A game. And clearly, in addition to sectors like energy and financial, I think causing more disruption in a governmental entity like the IRS would be high on the Russians' hit list. I know the president's budget increased a bit here, but how do you feel you're doing in terms of cyber protections, and even beyond the president's budget, what else should we be doing to give you the assistance you need?
I'm proud of our employees, and we receive about 2.5 million sophisticated cyber attacks, which generally speaking are nation states a day, 2.5 million a day, and we receive about 1.6 to 1.8 billion per year. We are ever mindful of events that occur not only inside the United States, but certainly outside of the United States. Cyber, I think every commissioner would say, is the primary thing that keeps them up awake at night. It's not only protecting the data, which is obviously hugely significant, but I think that if we got hit in that space, it would be an emotional constraint on the country and the people of the country. They trust us, and we need to be there. I am hugely proud of our cyber folks and our IT folks. And I think you may know that actually this week there was a takedown of a very large dark money site announced by Department of Justice. That was an IRS co-led case. We identified it and led it and worked with the German government for the seizure. And we've been doing those, been announcing those about every 6 months or so when they become public. That's our cyber people. But like every agency, and I'm speaking on behalf of IRS and Treasury at this point, to the extent I can speak on behalf of Treasury as a bureau head, we need resources in the cyberspace. There's more than 470,000 cyber positions available in the United States of America with a 0% unemployment rate. And we need not only to keep the people we have, but we need to continue getting new people. So it is a high alert for us, as I think it is for every American.
Well, as we go offline, on my times on the EIDL program, I want to visit with you more on this. I would point out, as you know, there's not your area, but the kind of psychic and emotional hit when OPM was hit a number of years ago by the Chinese. We've not seen their full utilization of that, but really important. And then also, because of all the members in the Senate, we did pass finally cybersecurity reporting legislation. It's the law of the land now. So at least CISA will have that information. But thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Senator.
Senator Daines.
Madam Chairman, thank you. I want to, first of all, start off by thanking the hardworking men and women of the Internal Revenue Service for their tireless efforts. That has been one of the most challenging times, I think, in the agency's history. Your work is incredibly important, greatly appreciated. With that said, Montana taxpayers